Yeah. It's happening. We're doing it. Mark Ellis is here.
We did it.
Live on the show.
Yeah.
It's happening. Fresh off his new special, Dog Stepfather, available on YouTube from All Things Comedy.
I don't know if the dog's going to call into the show. I would love if the dog would call into the show.
I mean, okay, this is crazy. The reach of this show is unbelievable. I talk about it all the time, but your dog is actually calling into the caller ID is showing me right now. Hello, is this Mark's dog that's calling in the show?
Yeah, it is. This is Molly. I'm a female, but I'm also a dog, so I sound a little gruffy. But look, Jeremiah, I just wanted to say Mark's a great father. He should be upgraded to full-time father, not just my stepdad. But that's the way life works, and I'm really hungry.
Now, explain to some of us, why is he a stepfather, not your true father? What's going on with that?
I come by Mark by way of my mom, Danny. She and Mark dated. That's Danny. That's Danielle. Short for Danielle, not a guy named Danny. That's D-A-N-I.
I'm glad you're clarifying this, Molly, because we were all worried.
Hey, look, dogs are very progressive. Dogs are very accepting. I'll smell anyone's ass, all right? Male, female, gender neutral. I will smell
as long as it's a butt, your nose is up in it.
I'll smell a cat's ass.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I see cats. They're not big fans of mine because they're racist.
Whoa.
But I'm cool with cats.
Whoa.
Cats are racist.
Is that something that I thought? Now, typically, stereotypically, dogs actually are known for going after certain races of people and being threatened by them.
Not true at all. Not true.
Really?
I know where you're trying to steer this conversation. I will say I'm a little racist towards white dogs. I am not a fan of white dogs.
Okay.
Because white dog. Now I have white on me, as you can see, but I'm also mixed. So full-on white dogs, they bark. They're spoiled. They're ugly. Shit cakes in their fur, and it's obvious.
So cats. Where did the cats being racist? Where does that come from? Because I've never heard that before.
Have you seen how a cat looks at anybody?
I mean,
they just look so judgy. They look like Clint Eastwood on the porch in Gran Torino. Every cat just looks at every other living thing with that leering.
Get off my litter box.
That's not your scratch and post.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so Mark is my stepdad because
these Siamese cat people keep coming around.
You got a Doberman, huh? I've heard about you. Dalmatians, what are you, rescuing fires?
Well, Molly, thank you for calling to the show. That's
big fan. Long time,
really?
first time.
One time, first time.
Yeah. Dogs are big into podcasts.
Are they really?
Yeah. Cats, not so much.
Okay. Well,
cats are more Rush Limbaugh morning radio.
They're still in the NPR world. They're still in the maybe just straight terrestrial radio.
Cats are still all over the dial.
Okay.
They have no idea what Sirius XM is.
Yeah. Well, I just found out about what it was recently. So.
Well, welcome to the world of dogs.
Well, thanks for calling in, Molly. I appreciate it.
We got great hearing. Oh, bye.
Bye.
Wow, that was a treat.
That was a treat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rare that we start the podcast with a call, but sometimes,
right out of the gate,
that's what's going on.
If I've never talked to my dog like that before, she really is a sweet dog. Like
what kind of dog is
she's
your
a
dog?
Beagle Boston Terrier mix. And so I was dating Danny for a couple of years, and then we broke up, and it was a very amicable split where we're all still friends. And the dog the dog and I, we fell in love with each other. And Danny realized the connection that the dog and I had. So I still get to, that's why I'm the stepdad to the dog.
You get visiting privileges and stuff.
I have visiting privileges. Yeah. She has overnight privileges.
Okay.
It really is. It's like a custody thing. It was like an amicable divorce with joint custody. And I could not be happier.
Well, it sounds like you kind of get does she keep the dog most of the time?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
then you have the best of everything.
I ain't complaining.
Yeah.
Because the dog comes over.
Don't tell her that, but you got the better end of the.
Well, I don't. Recently, I've been seeing the dog more than she has because she's writing on a show right now, so she's gone all day.
Okay.
And I got shit to do, so I'm just hanging out, and I get to hang out with the dog, and it's like I'm just such a big fan of her. We go on walks. I talk to her more than I talk to other people. It's great.
Well, I'm glad that, you and I are having this conversation today. Get you out of the house,
I'm talking to a human, and
You're
it's
talking to a human.
freaking me out.
What's going on?
And you're a human I like.
I just start like translating.
It just gets to the point where I'm on stage and I just like freak out.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking to a group of humans and not dogs. Like, I don't know what to do.
It's just so weird.
It sounds like a really bad like movie that's going to be on the Disney streaming service.
Yeah.
Like a sequel to The Shaggy Dog.
What do you think of Disney Plus so far?
I haven't really watched. I watched the Star Wars show.
Yeah.
But I'm not caught up. Baby
like
Yoda's
it?
cute.
You're a huge Star Wars fan. Do you?
I'm a big Star Wars fan.
Do you like this show?
I like
Does
the
it get
show.
your seal of approval?
It gets my seal of approval. Yeah, I'm pretty easy to please.
Yeah.
When it comes to Star Wars,
You just went to the premiere too.
I went
of
to
Rise
the
of Skywalker.
premiere
right?
of Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, and then I
And?
saw it again the next morning.
Do you like it that much?
I love the movie. Yeah,
Great.
I
I'm
really
very excited to see it.
I liked it at the premiere. But the
Mhm.
premiere, it's like everything is so overwhelming at the premiere, like the whole like red carpet thing, and then you're sitting in this theater and everybody's dressed up, and it's just like all this. I feel pressure. I have nothing to do with the movie.
Were you almost nervous for the people involved?
Yes.
Like, because you're like, I just want this to be good for not just for me, but like for the franchise and the fans and also the people who worked on it. And
I
then
don't
you start
like
thinking about
Awkward
all that stuff.
situations. I really
Yeah.
don't. Like that's why I never go to. I've never seen like a Cirque du Soleil show because I'm nervous one of them is going to fall.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
that Siegfried and Roy when the tiger. That's my nightmare. I just don't want to be in an awkward situation because what do you do?
Yeah, you don't want to be you don't want to be adjacent to something where you don't have any control over it.
No,
kinda?
like why did people go watch space shuttles get launched? What do you do if it blows up?
Oh yeah, the
What do you-
people are dead, and you're just standing there like
You're just like, well, I guess we got to go get lunch. Like, what do you? My life is set up to avoid awkward situations like
Okay.
that. So I root for the movie to be good. But more importantly than like the people in it, I love those movies. I grew up with those movies.
Yeah.
They're in my family. I'm entrenched. I'm not necessarily a Star Wars apologist, but I do root for the movies when they come on.
Sure.
So I want them to be good.
Do you have a? Can you narrow your choice down to one favorite film?
I can
Yeah,
guess
Empire,
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. A lot of people.
It's usually between Empire and Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who consider themselves like cinephiles
Yeah,
go with Empire.
right.
But Return of the Jedi has like I talk about this a little bit in the special is like Return of the Jedi has the trump card over any of the other ones because we won
Yeah,
in the and like nobody died.
right.
Because like in A New Hope, we won kind of. But
yeah,
an entire planet blew up. Yeah, that's like billions.
It's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
Entire planet.
Return of the Jedi.
Ecosystems.
A couple pilots, some Ewoks. We mostly survived that movie.
Yeah,
Intact.
yeah.
And so I love a happy ending.
Did you think that it was necessary for in this last Star Wars film for Kylo Ren to kill Han Solo? Did you think it was necessary?
I was pretty upset at the time.
Mhm.
I was pretty upset. But to make him and like firmly entrench him in it to be a bad guy,
Yeah,
I think we need because like,
nobody took him serious. I think
No.
before that,
Up to
just
that
like
point,
okay, all right.
it's a spoiled kid and it's like, oh, you have a bad shift at Hot Topic. Like, what's the worst day like? And then when he stabs his dad and kills, it's like, oh, this guy's not redeemable anymore.
Yeah,
There's no way we can redeem this guy.
yeah. When I first saw that trailer, and I heard Harrison Ford go, "Chewie, we're coming home," I was just like, "Yeah, we are."
Tears. Tears. I was weeping. These movies make me nothing. There's very few things in this life that can make me emotional. If I think about the dog for too long, that'll happen. But then the Star Wars movies, like when I see the letters go up, like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far
Mhm.
away, I'm like, oh god,
Oh, here we go. Here's the waterworks. They're starting back up.
Chewie.
I love doing. I've been working
That's a
on
good Harrison
I've been
Ford.
doing. I've been working on for years. My old Harrison Ford because he sounds so different now than like one that my wife asked me to do is him from What Lies Beneath.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
When he admits to cheating on his wife, he's like, "And I slipped, Claire.
God help me, Claire.
God help me, Claire. I slipped. I'm not perfect, Claire. My wife asked me to do it like all the. That's like one of our like. There's a handful of impressions that I never do on stage that my wife's like, "Will you do that one?" I'm like, "All right."
That one's pretty good. Wait, okay. I think it's stage worthy though.
Yeah.
Because like when you're messing around with your friends, you're like, oh, that's pretty fun. I'm not good at impressions.
Right.
I can do Seth Rogen's laugh, kind of.
Okay, let's hear it.
That's it. That's the end of the impression. That's
All right.
it's
I
like
kind of want to hear you do 9 more micro impressions like that.
I can do. Okay, if I do it, I could do Rolf from the Muppets.
Okay.
Rolf was always my favorite.
Sure.
Because all the other Muppets like sound like these like cute little kitty friendly, and Rolf sounds like a guy who's been like a roadie for the Allman Brothers for like 40 years. Like, hey Kermit, hey man, you and that pig, you mind if I take her out? Hey man, hey, what do you all do? Like especially Muppet Babies because they're all 3 months old, and then Rolf has all this piano talent.
Right.
He's like, yeah, man, God, I had a rough one last night. I got a DUI last night. Yeah, man. I told Animal I'd drive him home, and shit went wrong. It went really bad. Like, he sounds like he just buried a hooker in the desert.
That sounds about right.
And Muppet Babies nanny coming in. Kids, have you seen Rolf? Oh, I'm still digging. I just woke up from a pile of my own vomit. It's like Rolf and Harrison Ford should have their own adventure together. They're the new bucket list.
Yeah.
Rolf, things aren't going well. Stop calling me Chewy. Why can't I call you Chewy? I ain't that guy, man. I ain't a Wookiee. You racist. You all look alike, and I apologize. God help me, I slipped. And I slipped. God, I remember watching that movie for the first time.
What Lies Beneath?
Yeah.
I love that movie.
It's such a great turn because Harrison Ford's just that guy where it's like, of course he's not going to be a bad. Harrison Ford's going to bail us out of this.
It's so perfect.
Yeah. No.
I did a couple of the voices actually for those Honest trailers that
it's Screen Junkies.
Yeah, they did I did a couple voices for the Honest Rise of Skywalker trailer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did Poe and I did C3PO.
Oh, can I talk to C3PO for a sec? That'd be
sure. Let's see. Let me see if I can find I might be able to find a little bit of a filter to make it even sound.
Oh yeah, you can do a 3PO filter.
Let me see here.
3PO is great in this new movie. Very funny.
Let's see here. Check.
He's starting to slip in.
Check.
Oh.
That's this sound. Nah, it's a little bit too much.
Honestly, this actually works.
It does.
This actually works quite well.
Live caller C3PO.
It is I, C3PO, calling into the show.
Do you feel overshadowed by every other character in Star Wars, even though you've been with the franchise arguably longer than anyone?
Absolutely. I'm basically a star who is actually a slave.
That's a strong word, 3PO.
Yes, slave is in my DNA.
You were actually built by a slave, a young boy named Anakin, and he went on to be Darth Vader.
Anakin Skywalker. Yes, I remember my master very well.
Is it weird that he built you?
Yes, it is. It's weird to see my creator grow into something as evil as Darth Vader.
Hey, he murdered children, 3PO.
It's weird that one can create life and also take it away.
So I don't want to get you in trouble with maybe what we were told is your best friend, but R2-D2 gets a lot of the merchandise. A lot of the kids are big fans of R2-D2 now BB-8. Dare I say, you're the third wheel. How do you feel about that?
It's very ironic because I don't really do I have wheels? Sometimes I do. But not really.
Not like R2.
Not like R2 or BB.
Yeah.
It's very upsetting, actually. The fact that you bring this up makes me very, very unsettled.
Do you have sexual urges ever?
Absolutely.
Towards who?
I mean, other robots, really. Vending machines. Light sockets. Basically anything with a vat and a hole. C-3PO would like to stick his robot dick in too.
Unfortunately, R2 has one.
R2 does. It's really, He puts his dick on the table in front of me sometimes, and I'm just a Ken doll down there. It's never been shown in the movie, but I have a giant robot horse cock.
Wow, that's something that could probably be employed to some use against the Empire.
I mean, I think it would be great for the merchandise.
It's to sell a C-3PO sex toy?
Yes, a C-3PO dildo.
Do you think your voice would is an aphrodisiac?
Yes, whenever you put me inside a woman, I just go, oh my.
What's odd is that that's actually the sound I usually make if I'm lucky enough to have it.
When you put yourself into a woman,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just say, oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my. Oh.
And then it's over. And then
R2.
R2.
Get out of here, R2. This is my phone call. R2 is my roommate.
Oh, you guys have a
We are
flat.
bunking buddies.
Where what part of the earth do y'all live in?
Dagobond. That's all we could afford, Mark Ellis.
Hey, a droid salary.
R2, get out of here.
Wow, R2's really trying to.
Okay, R2, I don't appreciate the racial slurs that you are throwing my way.
Is that what that means?
Okay, he just came everywhere. Get out of here, all right? Oh, great, now I have to clean up your robot jizz. Okay, I'm trying to have a conversation, R2. Okay, this is not a good look for me and
Wow.
and this schmo over here, Mark Ellis.
I didn't.
Okay, R2, you cannot have a bukkake in front of me. Quit inviting Ewoks over. It's getting quite messy.
It sounds like there's more than one R2 there.
Okay, there may be. I may have cloned him.
Oh my God.
Anywho, I've got to go. Okay, R2, there's just jizz everywhere.
Yeah, that's not. That sounds
Okay.
like if your ejaculation's that painful, you should consult a physician.
Well, I'm sorry this all went off the rails.
No,
Mark
it's good to
Ellis.
talk to you.
It's nice to talk to you, someone who's been a long supporter of our franchise.
I actually, I told Anthony, I got to interview Anthony Daniels, the voice of C-3PO, and I told him, I made him cry because I just thanked
Really?
him for being like I was like, hey, I consider you to be the best ambassador this franchise ever had because he's just always been, he goes to like all the conventions and stuff. And if you look back at 77, what really sold those movies was the fact that there's these talking robots in them.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the reason why. So,
Wow.
yeah. And so then he got a little misty eyed. And I was like, oh, sweet. I made a old guy cry.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
My my aunt always brags about how she went, I forget which cast member she went on a date with that had a VIP access to, she had a dinner basically with the cast of Star Wars, like from back in the day. And she
Really?
said that like Chewie was there, the guy who played R2 was there. They were all like in a room eating dinner together.
And you can't remember which one that she
went on a date with. I don't know.
So
I don't know who her I can't remember who her hookup was.
it was a cast member?
I think so.
I mean, if we could get your aunt on the phone, I could do. So Peter Mayhew was Chewbacca. Kenny Baker was the little guy that played R2-D2. I dare say it wasn't Anthony Daniels. I wonder if it was any of the big three.
I don't know. I don't think so.
It wasn't Mark Hamill or Han Solo.
No.
It wasn't Billy D.
No.
She would have remembered Billy D.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Dennis Lawson, the actor who played Wedge.
I'm gonna go with
That's
that too. that sounds about right. He's somebody that I can't remember that I'm like, yeah, my aunt went on a date with him. Yeah.
It's like you get invited to this stuff.
Yeah.
You're not going to be centerpiece.
Yeah. You're gonna be at the side table.
Right.
Yeah.
You have plenty of room to have a one-on-one with your aunt while everybody else is getting all the attention.
Right.
That's a great story, though.
Yeah.
We got to find out who that guy was.
I gotta give her a call and be like, hey, what was
Yeah, keep me posted on that.
Yeah.
Because now I'm invested.
yeah.
Now
I'll have
I'm
to give a little update.
in your aunt's social life from the early 80s.
I know, right?
It's all this stuff. I love these movies, but more so now it's like I love like the stories like behind and like the behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff too. Like I get really into this stuff. And because this is the last one of the Skywalker saga that's
Yeah.
coming out, it's like I'm just using this week as like this is my emotional.
Yeah, you're letting go slowly.
Yeah, it's like I'm graduating from college
Yeah.
and now I got to get a job or something else to do.
Do you have a lot of collectibles as far as like figurines and stuff like that?
You know what? I don't know what your experience living in LA has been since you moved out here, but I've moved a lot.
You can't hold on to too much stuff.
No, it
it's
gets,
it's impossible.
and I have nerd friends that I've helped move, and you're just moving like so much. What is in this box?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's from Lord of the Rings. That's Galadriel's arrow that she uses to shoot Sauron in the eye.
It's actually some of the animatronics from the Sarlacc pit. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't have anything that's really of any value other than okay, I have one. I have a bunch of unopened boxes of Magic the Gathering cards.
Those are some of those are probably worth a lot.
They're worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm banking on for retirement.
My mom has tried to get me to take my stuff from Kansas out here. She's like, I have it ready to go. I was like, can you hold on to it a little bit longer? I don't have any room for it out here.
Isn't that great when your parents start putting that pressure on you?
Yeah, just like, you're getting older.
Yeah.
Yeah. This stuff was supposed to leave like 5-10 years ago.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, Mom, it's just sitting in my closet. What else were you going to do
Yeah.
with my, what are you building in my closet that
Yeah.
can't house all my comic books?
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm like, yeah, the Magic cards are the only really thing that.
Oh, you know, I'm trying to put up a swing for me and your father.
Yeah, don't tell me
don't tell me the new renovations around the house.
Well, I just saw that 50 Shades movie, and your father and I are thinking
we got some ideas.
we're gonna build. It's just a little sex cubby. It's not a dungeon necessarily.
It's more like a sex pantry. Just accoutrements, you know, some spices, some honey, some little things.
Can you imagine like just walking into your, like, it's one thing to like hear your parents have sex. It's
Yeah.
another thing to like walk in on them like doing like having like a swing in the corner.
Yeah.
I have some friend.
Not to mention like a neighbor friend that's just in the room for some reason that he's like, hey, what's up?
You're up past your bedtime and the doorbell rings.
Yeah.
And you just have 5 people coming in. Oh, they're having some sort of party with it looks like some neat party favors.
Hey, what's up, Mark? Is your mom here? Yeah, she's upstairs. Perfect. Hey, you want a beer? 7.
My mom actually told me recently, after a couple glasses of wine, she told me that there's 3 kids. So I have an older sister, a younger brother. She told me that I'm the only one that she remembers the conception date.
Whoa.
Like she remembers when it happened.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. I was as she called it, I was a nooner. I was a lunchtime rendezvous.
Let's just say your father and I, we had some downtime while he was on his lunch break.
It's an hour lunch break.
And he really he gave it to me,
Yeah.
and I remember that quite well.
That's
Now,
right.
The other ones was she just doesn't remember? Or,
Hammered.
okay, that's
No,
what I was.
no,
That's what I was gonna ask. The way you made it sound, I was like, was she blacked out?
That is funny.
You know what I mean? Like she couldn't remember. She couldn't remember anything.
Because like she had to have me
Yeah.
she had to conceive me at noon
Yeah.
because she had only had a couple martinis by then. But no,
Yeah.
my mom wasn't like my parents were an alcoholic, so I don't know what the situation was.
Right.
It kind of makes me think like maybe during the period I was born, there just wasn't a lot of romance. Because it's
Yeah.
like, oh well, that was, you know,
Oh, that was the one time we. Yeah.
as opposed to when my brother and sister were conceived. Oh, we were just
Oh, just
knocking
rabbits.
it out around the clock.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I
But-
still think I still think every kid thinks it's weird to think that that's how we got here is our
Yeah.
parents, you know?
It's weird that we were sperm.
Right?
It's weird that we were and I think about this a lot because like there's like millions of sperm, right,
Right.
that are swimming towards this
Of
goal.
course.
We won.
We won.
Like we're the ultimate medalists.
And how many brothers and sisters of ours ended up in socks or Kleenex or on the screens of laptops or
How many people have we killed?
I know, right?
When does life begin?
We're mass murderers.
Is this Hitler and Stalin's podcast? We just
if we're talking masturbation, absolutely.
it blows my mind that we were that tiny, that we were just in goo, and then this happened.
It's very Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know what I mean? Secret of the Ooze.
my sons.
Have you watched Toys That Made Us? Have you seen that show on Netflix?
I've heard of it.
I know you dig it. I know you dig it.
Okay, this is a really funny Hollywood, like how awful Hollywood is story. So I can't remember what I was doing. Like, I used to host a show on a Collider's network called Movie Talk. Right, it's
Mhm.
like a daily show, pretty good numbers. A lot of people watched it.
Yeah.
and I had fun doing it. So I was driving home from doing an episode of Movie Talk, and I get this call from a like agent producer type who a couple years prior I had met with about possibly producing my first special, right? Didn't work out. Never heard from him again. 2 years later, a guy calls me, and it's his assistant, and she's like, "Hey, I have so and so on the phone for you." And I'm like, "Damn right you do. This guy's calling because he sees how successful I am now, and he wants to make something with old Mark Ellis." And he gets on the phone and he's like, "Mark, babe, I want to congratulate you. You're the best part of the show." And I'm like, I'm the host of it. And he was kind of like confused. And he's like, "Oh, no, wait, you know, the show on Netflix, you're the best part." And I start thinking, I'm like, what the hell is this guy? He's like, "You know, people grew up with your toys." And I'm like, oh no. There's also a guy who made He-Man toys, like the creator of the He-Man toys is named Mark Ellis.
Oh my
So this
goodness.
guy called, and he's blowing all the sunshine up my ass because he told his assistant to call Mark Ellis, and I was the first one that came up. And so I quickly realized, and I let him dig himself into a little bit of a hole because I realized what was happening.
Sure.
And so I just kept going. I'm like, "Oh, yeah. Did you ever have my toys?" And I just kept asking him questions like that. And then I had to come clean. I was like, "Look, man, I'll be honest with you. This is not the Mark Ellis you thought you called."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Who is this?" And I'm like, "We met a couple years ago about, you know, I'm the comedian and we talked about Star Wars." And he's like, "Oh, hey, man, how's everything going?"
Hey, I've been meaning to call.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I was like, "No harm, no foul." And he got
Yeah.
off the phone very quick.
Oh, of course.
Had not
Super
heard
embarrassed.
since. Yeah. But that's how life works.
That's the biz out here, kid.
Yeah, but anyway, because I had a lot of people write me and they're like, "Hey, did you know you're the creator of He-Man toy?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah, I get it. There's another Mark Ellis. Yeah.
there's also a baseball player named Mark Ellis who was in so he's the first one. I might be the first one now that comes up if you Google me, but because Mark Ellis retired a couple years ago, but yeah, he was baseball, played for the A's and the Dodgers and Rockies. He was a journeyman.
Well, that's a lot of dexterity in your name, you know?
Look, if you had told me when I was in 6th grade that Mark Ellis would grow up to be a Major League Baseball player, I'd be like, "Yeah, no shit."
Yeah, no problem.
Have you seen me?
Dude, I thought I was gonna freaking with basketball. NBA, dude.
Were you a baller?
I used to play a lot. I loved it. I also play occasionally with some comedians, but
You play, the Hollywood game.
yeah, just
I
like
used
on
to-
Saturdays.
I used to play every Saturday.
Yeah,
and I
but
just-
it's hard to with the road and everything. Like, I'll go every once in a while when I'm not in town. But
I just get too busy, and like with the week, and like honestly, I just want to sleep on Saturday and just do nothing.
It's hard because when you do actually have the time off, you're like, do I want to go? But I try to go every once in a while. It's good to see different groups of friends, like in different settings.
Yeah.
Like not at a comedy club, because it's like a lot of times, you know, we only get to spend time with each other like in passing moments, like before or after sets. So it's just kind of fun to throw yourself into a different setting every once in a while.
That's why that league we had, that intramural league, was so much fun.
That was a lot of fun.
You played in that?
Yeah, I played for a couple seasons.
Yeah. That was so much fun because it would be like the Comedy Store versus the Improv.
Yeah.
And we'd take it so seriously.
Of course.
Even though like people who worked at the Comedy Store were playing on the Improv team.
I know.
So you're just playing for the name on the front.
It was great.
Like, I do the Improv all the time too. So I don't care about.
But it felt like this old 70s, 80s rival thing that it made it fun.
Oh, it was Redskins Cowboys for me.
And then like there'd be industry too, and you're like, we got to take down CAA tonight.
The one industry team.
Yeah.
That's the one that everybody really geared up for.
Well, yeah, because they took it way too seriously. They would throw elbows and stuff. And
every industry person on that team was like 5'3" and was all elbows.
Yeah.
And just like, you know, like guys who like learn how to rebound. Even though they're really short, they just get their ass into it.
Yeah.
They're like, their game is very Charles Barkley.
Sure.
It's like playing 5 mini Barkleys on that team.
And nobody wants that.
And none of them signed any of us.
Yeah.
So screw that.
Like, get out of here.
Because we're all taking it so serious. Like if I bang 5 3-pointers against this team, I'm going to get a call the next day.
I think we all thought that. I think we're all like, you know.
Dave was really impressed with your...
You know, Ellis was looking pretty good out on the court last night. I haven't seen his comedy in a while, but I think we should sign him.
He's making great He-Man toys.
Yeah,
Let's give him a call.
We do have a sports division here at CAA, so Let's do it. I want to get into this next segment. It's called Wig. Stagehand. Get me the box.
Oh,
thank
boy.
you. Now,
Look at these.
I did not even tell you about this segment
No.
because I like to keep some things a surprise.
This is exciting.
So this segment, we're both going to put on some wigs.
Gotcha.
And we're going to, you're going to pick one for me. I'm going to pick one for you.
Okay.
And we're going to figure out who these people are. Maybe do a scene together.
Okay.
We got this long blonde one right here.
Yeah.
I even brought some mustaches if we want to go that route.
Ooh. It's like that game Guess Who.
Yeah, a little bit.
Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I used to play that all the time.
I got the new version of Guess Who for my niece for Christmas. It has changed.
Has it?
It's very diverse.
Is it way more PC now?
But yes and no.
Right.
Because
well, inherently, the game can be very racial because you're like,
is your person is their skin dark mocha?
Yeah.
Like it tried to go more PC, but I think it went the other way.
Yeah.
Where it's like that's a stereotype.
I think I want you to wear this one. I really
don't
like
even
this
know.
wig.
This is
A lot.
interesting piece because we don't know what the length of his hair is until we take it out.
Yeah.
It looks like it's pretty.
It's pretty long.
Yeah. Oh, it's heat friendly fiber, so that's good.
That's so.
Oh God, yeah, this is gonna be great.
It's gonna be.
I hope this works with my Rolf voice. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be a solid one, dude.
And
then which one should I put on?
look, you have shown me so much with your old Harrison Ford. I'm going with the gray one.
This gray one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Should we do mustaches as well?
I think I'm gonna need a mustache for this one.
I think you might.
Judging by the character that I'm looking at. Oh, this is exactly how I want to spend my Wednesday.
Totally.
I'm serious. This feels good, actually. I think I know. Dude, my older sister had this haircut.
Really?
Yeah. This is bringing back. And I kind of look like her anyway, so this is I'm not going to do an impression of my older sister for this, but
I mean, you're welcome to if you'd like. And also, for whatever reason, the hair is really bringing out the rosiness of your cheeks right now.
It's not the first time I've heard that I would have been better as a female. It's not too late to make the change. You know?
It's your dad repeating over and over. You would have been better as a female. What does that mean, Dad?
Girl.
I wanted a girl.
I'm like, you had one. She's 2 years older than me. Not that one. Another one. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, this is going to be.
Because this wig could go either way. This is almost like a Ma from Golden Girls.
Oh, totally.
Kind of wig.
Totally. All right, so
I think
let's figure these people out.
Wait. You might have to. It's a little off center, but maybe that's like the new trend. Is
that better?
There you go. Yeah, that's good.
There we go.
Okay, I think I am probably. I think we're married or we're some sort of like. There's some sort of engagement happening.
Okay.
I think I'm probably like your sixth wife.
Absolutely. I think my guy's
you're rich.
a little. Yeah, I think I'm a rich guy. I think my guy's not the nicest guy.
Yeah, and I am being accused of being a gold digger.
Okay.
Like I only love you for your money, but I actually love. Yeah,
you actually love me for me.
I actually love you for you. This is my husband, and I love. I guess we'll give each other names.
I think that you should be Diane.
Okay. And you're Winston.
Oh, that's great.
And I met Winston. Winston was he came into town. He was a big oil guy.
Oh, don't tell them the story.
It's funny because I was working. It was my first day at Halliburton, and Winston comes in for this big time meeting, and the way that he hit me, which I guess he can't do anymore.
I'll never forget the way I hit you.
He hit me on my rump and said,
Never forget that.
"Get me the tea, bitch." And so I got him his tea, and the way he looked at me, I've never felt like that with him. A man's never treated me like that before, and. I looked at him and I said, this is the man I want to spend the rest of my life with. And I mean that, honey.
Yeah, I proposed just about, let's see, About 3 weeks later, after I smacked you with that tea.
We call it whirlwind. It was a whirl, and he was so funny because he doesn't have a good hip no more. So he asked me to get down on my knee.
Me about all the time.
He made me propose to him, even though he had already had the
I said,
ring for
"Whore,
me."
get down on your knees. You're used to that.
Well, we talked about that, Winston. You're not supposed to say that name no more.
Oh, sorry. Whore.
He is so bad. He is so bad. But we have a good time together. Because we hang out with Winston. Doesn't have most of his friends have passed.
They're dead.
But we have a good time. You like a lot of my friends, my circle, my girls.
I love your friends.
Right?
Oh, I love your friends.
Yeah, you do. Who you got? Who you think you like? You like Shelly?
Shelly.
Yeah.
Bethany.
Yeah.
Tiffany.
Now,
Teresa.
who are who's? I don't think I know Bethany.
Oh, I do.
Or Tiffany. He has nicknames for. He can't keep track of whose name is who no more. So
Yeah.
he doesn't even remember my name half the time, and he's married to me.
Sometimes I give her a black eye just so she knows she needs some makeup.
Well, that's his way. That's Winston's way.
That is Winston's way.
It's in his nature,
It is in my
and
nature.
I don't want to fight with nature. I don't want to get on Winston about what because he does travel a
she
lot.
hasn't gotten on me in a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Winston signed up for this service because he was having a little trouble in the love area.
Oh, you're going to bring this up in front of everybody right now?
They send you a box every month, and they have pills in there, and you just will not sign up for it. So I signed him up for it. I signed him up, and I put the pill. He doesn't know this. I put the pills in his morning grits.
What the hell?
On days he has grits, we get to make love that night.
I've been wondering why grits have been making me horny for the last 6 months.
I've been putting dick pills in your grits.
You've been chopping up dick pills and putting them on my grits?
Yeah, that's the way we that's why I have another announcement to make to you today. You're going to be a poppy again. That's right. Now, Winston
What
is
the hell? I'm 69 years old.
he's a father, he's a grandfather, and I'm going to make him a daddy again.
That's rape. What you did to me.
I did not rape.
Yeah, you caused me to get a boner,
Honey.
and then you cooed me over to your whore nest.
Well, my horn, it's our bed. Okay. You said you wanted a water bed, so I sleep on a water
Well,
bed.
guess what? I've been dosing you at nighttime and having sex with you when you've been asleep.
Well, you know, it's so funny you say that, honey.
Yeah.
Because I woke up sore to all heavens in my cooch area.
Yeah, that was me.
The dick pills are working they're working wonders for you. Look at how vibrant you are.
I guess so.
You get all worked up.
Is it a boy or is it a girl?
Oh, well, I think we should let the baby decide that, honey.
Oh, I don't know about
it's a
that.
new era, Winston. It's not like when you were youngin'.
Yeah, when I chose to be a boy. I remember the day my father looked at me and he said, "You choose a gender, boy. You choose now." And I said, "Boy." I looked at my penis and I said, "Boy." And he goes, "No, man." And that was our sex talk.
Oh, well, that's not. Winston don't talk about his pappy much. He don't talk about his family. Most of them are gone
Don't
too.
you bring up my pappy.
But now we're going to have. I think that we should name if it's a boy, I'd like to name him after your father. I think that's what he would have wanted. I think that's what you want. And God forbid you pass on.
You think another child should be named Derby?
I think little Derby.
I just think it's beautiful that you and I both admitted to having consensual molestation with each other, and we're okay with it.
My body is your property, asleep or awake.
And my property is your body.
That's why I love you.
That's why I love you.
That was every couple in Texas. I'm kidding, Texas. I love you.
Oh, Texas.
God, that felt good. You know who I looked at when I put the wig on? I first thought my sister, then I thought of Nancy from the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Oh yeah,
This is like classic 1980s.
that's really good 1980s hair.
like
right
let's
there.
go to the mall
Oh, for sure.
and get some Orange Julius and hit on dudes' hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. This feels right.
And it's funny that you mentioned that this was that you thought this was a Golden Girls wig because that's what I bought it for
Did you
for
really?
a Kill Tony episode. I was
Nice.
B. Arthur.
Oh, so okay. So you were B.
You were
Arthur?
nailing it. Yeah.
Do you have a B. Arthur?
Oh, honey, it's just very much like this, you know. Oh, it's just here. Now I'll do my B. Arthur. Oh, Blanche, what are you talking about? It's very just like all like kind of like East Coast, like almost Jewish.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, just always like,
Yeah. It's not quite New Jersey Jewish.
Yeah.
It's like Delaware Jewish.
yeah. Honey, what do you think about this, huh? You good or what? Huh? Ma, what are you doing? Ma, put on a robe or something.
I loved how promiscuous Rue McClanahan was.
Oh man,
In the Golden
she
Girls.
let loose.
Yeah, that's a fantastic show.
Oh, dude, I still watch reruns, and
Yeah.
the writing still holds up and
It's
everything.
joke. Like,
So like hard punchlines too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
great.
yeah, Ma was great. Betty White. I mean, come on, Betty White alone.
I mean, yeah,
You know,
so good.
God, when I woke up this morning, Jeremiah, I did not think that you and I would be praising Golden Girls wearing wigs.
Well,
This is the best possible outcome for this day. This day can only go downhill from here.
that's the kind of joy you get on Jeremiah Wonders.
Oh, these are good wigs. It does get hot with wigs.
Yeah, it does get hot.
Like that was always my problem with Halloween costumes because you always want those elaborate Halloween costumes, and then you just realize how hot they are, and like you make it to 3 houses and you're like, screw this, I'm going home.
Yeah.
Like I can't do this no more.
Let's get. Oh, thank you for that monitor. I'm gonna fix that hair. One thing that you need to know about me is that I have a giant bush. Manscaped.com hit me up and said, "Hey Jeremiah, we're gonna help you out with this problem." Manscaped.com is the first and only place that I go to when I need to clean up the boys. Use your exclusive promo code STANDUP20 and get 20% off your purchase of the Lawnmower 2.0. Plus, get free shipping if you order now. Wow, your balls look so much better. Wow, am I a lady down there or are my balls just really smooth? Cute dick, bro. Your balls feel way better, Jeremiah. That's an impression of my hand. So go to manscaped.com and get 20% off now plus free shipping with the promo code STANDUP20 and your balls will thank you. Whoa, those balls look savory. Get out of here, Barbara Bush. You're out of the family. Whoa, that's as smooth as a baby's penis. Let's get into this next segment. It's called Fanning Out.
Fanning out.
Fanning out. Questions from fans.
All right, I reached out to people on the interwebs and I said, if you could ask Mark Ellis any questions, what would they be? And this one comes from translucent_man on Twitter. What are your top 3 cuisines, bands, and dictators?
Top 3 cuisines, bands, and dictators.
Yeah.
Okay. Cuisines. Ever since I got to LA, huge Mexican fan. So
Yep.
I'm going to say, like, if I'm getting specific, I'm just going to go with a good old fashioned burrito.
Okay.
My favorite thing. Right after that, I'm going to go.
You talk a lot about pizza in your special,
I was going to say pizza is number 2.
which I share my love. Like when I was watching that on your special, like I was like, oh, I'm right there. Like I love pizza so much.
When you go to New York and you're working for like a week, I literally, it's like 10 pounds difference because you rationalize in your head like, well, I'm walking everywhere. I'm taking the subway.
I know.
I don't close my night down with a giant slice of pizza every night here.
No.
Every night in New York.
Every night in New York.
Every
'Cause
night,
You see,
yeah.
Also, you see those dollar stands. You're
Oh,
like,
so
they're only
good.
like $1 or $2. Might as well just grab a slice real quick.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So after that, number 3, I'm going to go healthy. I'm going to say carrots. I love carrots.
Carrots.
I'm a huge carrot honk. Yeah.
Really?
Love carrots.
That is a curveball. Just like
Thank-
burrito
thank-
to pizza
yeah,
to
thank you.
carrots. Like that's a giant curveball for me.
Big carrot guy.
Big carrot guy.
Big carrot. The best. Some say, not me. Some say the best.
The best carrots. The best.
They are the best.
They are the best. This is a guy who loves carrots.
You sound like a giant carrot, though.
Hey, I'm a giant carrot. What's up? Have you met my son, Baby Carrot?
That's
I'm Baby Carrot. Thanks for letting me talk, Dad.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's good to be plucked right out of the ground as your father.
Well,
You were manufactured and put in packaging.
I smell like chlorine.
Yeah, you do. I'm unwashed, I'm unfiltered, and your dad is raw.
I heard a scary story at camp.
What you hear?
He said that we're not actually born babies, that we're born full-grown carrots like my pappy, and they just chopped us up into little kids.
How dare you hear about that? That's not true at all.
You ain't nothing. You just ate baby carrots all lumped up into one.
Hey, don't you say that.
I
Don't
hate
you say that about your pappy.
You're just a meaner version of me. That's all you is.
No, it's not true. I am the full-size carrot. So,
Metal carrot. I'm a future carrot.
you're a future carrot.
Carrots from the future were made of metal and nails.
Metal and nails is what
Yeah, you want to survive the apocalypse?
I guess so. You sound crazy.
hello. I'm a tomato. Some say tomato.
Are
There's a
there a
lot of
group of
us.
you? There's a little bit of an echo.
It's a big hall. We're all gathered in. We're having a tomato banquet.
You sound very regal. I don't know how to respond to that,
Yes,
really.
well, you sound very loud in your carrot banquet. Just
Oh, I'm
next door.
sorry that I'm so abrasive, but you
Sounded
know,
like you were yelling at the young one. Is that?
yes, I'm having issues with my son right now. Is that a problem?
He was yelling at me. He was saying all kinds of nasty. I want to be a tomato.
Did you call Vegetable Protective Services?
I'm changing my veggie. I no longer want to be a carrot. I want to be a tomato.
Hey, the son that I raised was a carrot, and we're staying that way.
I'm a killer tomato. Yeah. This is what a killer tomato sounds like.
Hey, it's just me. I'm a strawberry.
Oh, I will kill you.
Oh, really? If you do, then you'll just make jam and jelly. I'll live forever.
Oh, I want to be Poppy. I want to be a strawberry.
Okay, for the love of salad,
I'm a
stop
strawberry.
trying to be other things
I've
that you're
always
not.
been a strawberry. I've never been a carrot. Never.
You're
No.
orange. You're not even red.
It's a shade difference.
You're a vegetable. You're not a fruit.
You ain't a primary color neither.
Hey, don't bring my color into this.
If you're an orange, you could be an orange. There ain't no such thing as carrots.
Son,
My life is meaningless.
I think it's time for you to go.
I hate you, Dad. I hate you.
No,
You just ate baby carrots.
my world is crumbling.
Wow, that's a deep.
That's a deep why did you put that on the screen? My great producers of the podcast put vagender fluid as a alternate punchline to the bit. Thank you so much for adding that to the podcast, guys. Thank you so much
It's a new word. It's
for
a word of the day.
contributing that gold to the podcast. I thought about not even saying it because I was embarrassed for you guys. But guess what? I'm transparent on Jeremiah Wonders. And when a joke doesn't go well, guess what? I blame it on the producers. Anytime a joke is stale, guess what? They're in my freaking ear hole,
Mhm.
whispering sweet nothings of punchlines. Literal nothings. Anywho, Mark Ellis is on the show.
True, your producer.
Okay.
Great.
Get this
Jeremiah's a
baby,
big old bully,
get
and
this baby
his producers
carrot,
is nothing but sweet.
get this baby carrot off the show.
They should be
He hosting the show, not you.
Jeremiah is turnt. He's
Vagina
angry.
Vagina fluid.
Get
vagina
out of
fluid.
here. Get out of here, baby carrot.
That is how a baby carrot would react to hearing vagender fluid. They would just keep saying
They just
it.
keep saying it. Yeah. Yeah. You repeat things that you like the way it sounds.
Yeah.
Bands or dictators?
Yeah, so we got burritos, pizza, carrots,
Yeah.
dictators. Dictators. I will go. I'll try to go into the world of fiction.
Okay.
So I would say Emperor Palpatine's a pretty good dictator.
Of the dark side.
Yeah, I would say the Emperor Darth Sidious is his name. Darth Plagueis was before him. He's pretty good. Then as a dictator, I'll throw Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat in there. Pretty good outworld dictator. I don't know if he's officially a dictator, but he pretty much owns. Yeah.
Okay.
He owns property.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Those are good choices.
And then bands is pretty easy for me. My favorite band of all time is Van Halen. I love Van Halen.
Heck yeah.
Both eras are great. Take any Van Halen I can get. Number 2 would be the Beatles, and number 3, that's where it gets really competitive because you could have your Skynyrd in there, your Metallica, your AC/DC, your Zeppelin, your Aerosmith. That's you know what? Then I'll do Van Halen, I'll do the Beatles, and then I will say Jeremiah Watkins on the sax.
Whoa!
Third favorite band of all time.
This guy knows how to butter a biscuit.
You edged out Aerosmith. It was either you with the sax or Aerosmith.
Hey, yeah, man.
Look
Heck
at that
yeah.
smile.
Heck yeah,
The
dude.
smile. If I can make just one boy happy.
Dude looks like a baby.
Don't you say that.
Stop it. I'm a baby carrot.
I'm a full-grown carrot.
Never judge a book by its cover.
One of the greatest soundtracks in movie history, Mrs. Doubtfire.
This is Doubtfire. That's right.
So good. What from Grace Jensen on Instagram, what's the biggest compliment you've ever received and who was it from?
Biggest compliment.
You have like maybe a somebody in comedy who may have given you something cool, or somebody who you met through a panel or a schmodown or anything like that?
Recently, Patton Oswalt sent some really nice things to me at the Comedy Store one night.
Heck yeah.
That was pretty awesome. Yeah,
That's
Just said-
great.
And it was cool because he was like, like he's seen me do stand up before, and then I had just gotten off stage in the OR, and he was sitting in the Mitzi seats. I think I brought up Mark Maron, and then I came off, and then I was sitting next to Pat, and we were just kind of shooting the shit a little bit. And he said he thought I was funny, and I was like, I was like, it's awesome, man.
That's great.
Because like they're your peers. I don't fan out like with anybody really. I keep it pretty cool. But that's neat.
Yeah, man. I mean, anytime somebody like that who's like, especially that established and that like, yeah, that great. That's super cool.
But I haven't seen him in a few months, so I'm worried that it just drifted. Because when like somebody says something nice like that, you're like, oh, we should probably hang out tomorrow, like go to the farmer's market and stuff. You don't want to press a friendship, but you also don't want it to be like this person's gonna forget me. So don't forget me, Pat.
Somebody actually called you Baby Carrot in their comment. Is that a nickname?
It's a nickname that I have in the movie trivia Schmodown.
Gotcha.
It just came. It's the worst joke of all time. Had I intended it like that, I was going to say it did come up organically. But it did. It was
okay. Yeah, the producers just flashed
That was-
organically on the screen.
Yeah, I'm going to blame the producers.
Blame the producers on that one, Mark, because that's what I do anytime I don't like something on the show, as any person with an ego of a show has. They blame the producers.
You know what? No, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to totally lean into the joke. My nickname Baby Carrots came very organically. It just happened.
I just have
Patton Oswalt just called. He is no longer a fan.
I just have a switch that I flip, and I just like eject my seat from the studio, James Bond style. After you're like, guys.
And then I come back to you, Jeremiah. Did you hear I said organic? Where did? Oh,
It's just I'm seared. I'm just the skeleton of my former self. Just like Indiana Jones style.
Yeah.
Like I looked at the Ark of the Covenant.
It's like airplane. You're just hanging. Like,
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is not good.
Oh wow. Okay. Tony Riney from Instagram. What's a bigger rush, a live schmodown or stand up?
Oh, stand up. Yeah, stand up's always the. That's my favorite thing to do. That's not going to change. I mean, I love doing the Schmoedown. The Schmoedown is actually, I get a little more nervous for Schmoedowns because there's so many elements that I can't control.
Of course.
Like there's so much just stuff going on, and like stand up, you just have that feeling of kind of,
Well, yeah, it's just it's your vision, it's your board where you want to go.
Yeah, you seem to be really good at like stand up and doing like improv, like working with other people. And I always gravitate towards stand up just because I don't trust other people on stage most of the time. And so Schmoedown, you're really relying on a lot of different things working and clicking together.
That's what a lot of Kiltony is relying.
Y'all are great,
and hoping that people will support you.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you just get shut down. You're like, okay, cool. Absolutely. On to the next joke. Fantastic.
Can you? Is somebody on Kiltony trying the organic baby carrots?
I mean,
boo!
It's kind of funny if there's a guest who is like obnoxious, like, and they're trying to troll the show, which will naturally happen sometimes, like that is drawn out of the bucket. Tony will just be like, "Boo this person," and just like, just the audience, like, it's like they're so excited to be allowed to boo. They're like, "Boo, boo!" They start cutting themselves and bleeding.
It's like just like a Roman emperor, just like with the thumb just down.
Let's see here. Let's get into we have 2 segments left. This one's next to last. This one's called The Kindness Challenge.
Ooh, I'll be great at this.
Yeah.
Right? We're both nice people.
Yeah.
We're going to ace this.
So every week I ask the listeners and viewers of this podcast to I challenge them to do something nice out of the kindness of their heart. It can be for a stranger, it can be for somebody that they know, it can be little or big, as long as they're contributing something positive to society.
Nice.
And people write into the show, and I share their stories on the show, and it inspires other people to remind them to do nice things out in the Thanoverse.
You got a fan base. You're taking advantage of it in a good way.
Trying to.
Unlike your goddamn producers.
The freaking producers of this show are human sludge. I mean, really the bottom of the garbage pail. Anyway, the kindness challenge.
They don't go in the recycle bin. They go in the trash. In San Francisco, they're called compost.
This one comes from a girl named Jenna. And I like to read it in the voice. I start to wonder what they might sound like. I'm going to read this quick letter and what she may sound like. I'm guessing. I don't have any picture or anything to go off, just the word. So here we go. Let's see what Jenna sounds like.
Hi, Jeremiah. Thanks so much for creating the Kindness Challenge and for you. Been listening to your podcast and it's super fun and made days brighter. Okay, my kind act today.
Is she a female Robert Downey Jr.?
Okay, here's the thing. I'm Iron Man, okay? I'm Tony Stark, and I'm a billionaire, all right? And the thing about that is that, just like God, I died for your sins, okay?
Was that the nice thing you did this week?
That was the thing that Robert Downey Jr. did.
Because Jenna did something nice, too.
Well, I'm Robert Downey Jr., and I did blackface one time, and it was cool. Actually got an Oscar nomination for it. So here's the thing about that is that I'm such a good actor that it wasn't even considered blackface, which I think is actually phenomenal.
It's a pretty landmark achievement.
I mean, it kind of is for white people all over.
Just open the floodgates.
Open the floodgates. A lot of people tried. A lot of people failed.
Every
afterwards.
politician saw Tropic Thunder.
A lot of politicians saw it. They loved it.
Sorry, Jen. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So anyway, back to my letter. Okay, my kind act today. I've been house/cat sitting at a client's home this weekend. And there is work happening on the street outside. Apparently a city water pipe burst. I've just found out. All day I've heard a man screaming at people, like the kind of scream that says, "I'm pretty effing fed up." Or maybe he just needs a bagel or both. Who knows? So just now, it's 10:52 p.m. I decided 2 things. Bring this guy an apple and some ibuprofen. He had been screaming about his headache. The ibuprofen being secondary to the apple because weird, as I walked towards where he was standing holding a stop/slow sign, I asked if he is okay, and he said yeah, and muddled through some instructions. I waited and then asked, "You want an apple?" He paused and then said, "Wait, do you really have an apple?"
I said yes. So I passed him the apple and thanked him for doing such work so late. Truly, these guys have been out here since 10 this morning. Hoping the apple gave him some pleasure and that someone random noticed his hard work and maybe he'll stop yelling. Who knows? Kindness is key. Thanks so much, Jeremiah. You rock. Jenna.
Aw.
So she gave a guy who was on the job some ibuprofen. I like calling it ibuprofen. Ibuprofen and an apple. It's a simple thing that she did, but showed that guy kindness, and probably he's in a stressful situation and probably brightened his day.
It's a very nice thing, Jeremiah. I do have to ask Jenna a follow-up question. Was the apple the only food available to you, or did you make the decision of all the foods here, the apple is the best? I nominate that as tribute to take to this guy.
Here's the thing. I have a lot of apples in my place.
Robert,
okay?
I know you have a lot of apples.
I got a lot of apples in my place. Okay. I'm a billionaire. I actually created the Apple company.
No.
Yeah, my dad did. It's true.
You know you're not Tony Stark, right? You know that's a character you play.
I am Tony Stark. It's a real thing. Jarvis is a real person. I have a house that looks over the ocean.
Robert, none of this is your life.
I fly through the air with rocket pack.
They made movies based on a character that you did not create. You're just playing a role.
Listen,
it's make-believe.
I proposed to my wife with an infinity stone.
It's pretend.
It's real
That
thing.
never happened.
No, it's a real thing.
In either of the...
I'm a walking Just for Men Gillette commercial. 2 different companies in one, Just for Men Gillette.
That is a beautiful Bob Downey, Tony Stark.
So yeah, that's an example of something that nice. Can you think of something that maybe you did that would fall under the kindness challenge that may have come up organically lately or anything like that?
Yeah, I from time to time, like people do GoFundMe's about their illness or something like that. Like people are just having a tough time. So I try to give a few bucks here and there where I can. So yeah. I help someone out. And it's really hard because you just try to vet if this is real or not, or if this is a scam. So it's kind of tough to do, but I think I'm pretty good at wading through those waters. And so I'm single. I live by myself. I pay my rent. I have a nice TV.
Yeah.
I can give a couple bucks to somebody.
Heck yeah.
So
that's awesome.
I'm not giving them apples. I'm not leaving my apartment, but I'll Venmo you.
It's the millennial
I'm not
way.
as nice as Jenna.
I Venmo'd you. Go buy your own apple.
Yeah, go get your own apple.
All right. That's perfect. Send in your kindness challenge letters to jeremiahwonders@gmail.com, and I will possibly read them on the show. Thanks, guys.
Good people out there.
Before we do this final segment, I like to throw plugs your way. I know you have your special.
Yep.
That's coming out. That's already out. Excuse me. Dog Stepfather. All Things Comedy release it. It's on YouTube. You can stream it and watch it for free right now. I urge you to go and do that. It's a great special.
Thank you, sir.
Is there anything else that you want to plug coming up? Dates or anything like in January or February coming up?
Yeah, January. You can go to my website, markellislive.net. I'll be in New York City January 24th, and then our big Schmoedown in New York is the 25th. So you can get tickets for all that stuff on my website. Got Vegas, Denver, Austin, a bunch of other tour dates coming up that I'll have tickets on sale for soon. So
heck yeah.
Good stuff, dude. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Excited to do this this Saxy last segment with you. I'm going to read a few dates real quick. I'm going to be at Chicago Zanies Rosemont. Chicago Zanies Rosemont, January 2nd through 4th, and Detroit on January 5th, Detroit Shipping Company. Get tickets for that at jeremiahwatkins.com. And then I will be in Houston with Kill Tony, Lake Tahoe on the 16th of January, Calgary with Kill Tony in January. And then also I'll be headlining some shows. The Buffalo Helium, February 6th through 8th in New York, as well as Syracuse, New York at the Funny Bone, the 13th through 15th. And then Albany, New York at the end of the month. So I'm doing a lot of New York dates upstate and around. So look out for that, jeremiahwatkins.com.
That Syracuse Funny Bone, man. Check out the go-kart track.
Yeah?
Right next door.
Okay.
It's in it's like the 6th biggest mall in the country.
Oh, I'm for sure doing that.
You are going to have we kind of have the same life because occasionally we'll go on the road with a big crew.
Yeah.
And do this big production. Then other times we just get to be by ourselves.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Existing. I like both worlds.
I think it's the best of both worlds.
Yep.
Like getting to collaborate with people and the energies of the show. Like Schmoedown, dude, I've watched some of the videos of the Schmoedowns that you guys do. Like the energy is insane.
They're nuts in
It's
the best
so
way
cool,
possible,
man.
and they're genuinely good-hearted individuals that show up.
Well,
That's what's cool.
It's awesome. Yeah. Like it's drawing like it seems like like just a passionate, fun crowd. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's like it's a nice combination of like nerds and sports, and it just melds together into this
Yeah.
giant kind of thing. And it's grown much bigger than I could have imagined. Christian Harloff, who really is the genius behind it, my buddy, he saw where he was going, and I was just like, "Look, we can't pay for all this." But
Yeah.
we're doing it, and season 7 is going to be bigger and better.
That's awesome, dude. So look out for that, guys. And we're going to wrap up the show now with our final segment, Sax Talk. Oh, Sax Talk. All right, Mark.
Yeah.
So I didn't prep you on this. I forgot to.
It's all right. I'm a very gifted improviser,
Heck
as
yeah.
you can tell
I mean, I love the
By
wing
my-
segment.
by my dog phone call. You can tell. I'm just
You're going to share a story of any sexual encounter. Doesn't matter how innocent or graphic it is.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play some sweet, sweet sax underneath. So as soon as you start into your monologue, I'm going to start accenting underneath with some saxophone.
It's really hard. As I got to think of my first sexual or any
It
sexual
can be
encounter. I've had.
literally any.
All right, I got it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right, ready to go.
All right. Whenever you're ready, I will follow you.
It was a dark and stormy night. You know how Florida gets in the summer, and I was necking with my girlfriend at the time. We were both students in college and just really exploring each other's bodies for the very first time on that beach. And we went in the water as the sun went down. And we decided we'd go to the canteen on Mos Eisley. You know, they said it was a wretched hive of scum and villainy, but we said, you know what, we're going to bring some class. So we got out of that water, we went in, we got a corner booth right next to a Wookiee and some smuggler. I can't remember his name. But he was a spice runner, and we looked at him and his dog and we said, hey, you guys in for a foursome? And then she brought out her vibrator, but the bartender said, we don't allow droids in here. So we were back to 4. We made love, all 4 of us. We cleaned up after the dog. The smuggler went on his way running his spice. Me and my lady looked at each other and we said, well, I guess it's back to that crazy planet known as Florida. I'm hard now listening to you play sax. The real story is we were about to do it in the ocean, but then the sun went down totally, and I started thinking of the beginning of Jaws. And I was like, honey, I know you're really into this right now, but I think I see it. That's actually the sound women hear when I make love to them. Just hey, what's your name? Is this your first stay at a Ramada Inn? Yeah, the elevator's busted. We gotta take the stairs.
Is this your first time at a Ramada Inn?
Hey, you know, they put
Keeping
me up
it
at good
classy,
places.
dude.
Dude, I'm a red roofie.
Says
for
a lot
life.
about you, dude. Says a lot about you high wielding and dealing. Mark Ellis at Ramada Inn, dude.
Some angry comment. Why has he got to drop that he stays Ramada Inn?
Oh, so disgusting. He's just flaunting his cash in front of us.
I remember I was on the road. I stayed at a place called Cold Creek Manor in Ohio.
Did an old man open the door with a lantern? It's like, hello.
I've never been sure I'm going to wake up dead.
Welcome to Cold Creek Manor.
Hey, don't get it out of visitors here no more.
Yeah, first time we've seen the likes of another human in a long time.
Enjoy the grounds, but don't go beyond the boundary.
Don't go beyond there.
I could do this with you all day, my friend. Thank you so much for coming on the show and hanging out. It was awesome to catch up with you and riff with you as different vegetables and in wigs and me to play a little Star Wars and talk all that stuff with you. It's been awesome, dude.
I am a huge fan of yours, and to everybody listening, you all do good deeds, and that's awesome for the show. The guy hosting the show is really one of the truly good people in stand-up comedy and in the world. So please support him in all of his future endeavors because he's talented, he's funny, in spite of his producers who are just, I cannot
stress enough
human garbage.
how horrible these guys are behind
They're
the glass.
great people too.
They're great.
They're very
We're-
nice,
we're
and they
just
make the
kidding.
show go.
Dude, I feel the same way about you, and love to have you, man. Great to see you.
Dude, I'll see you soon, man. Let's do this again.
Yeah. R2.